Interpreting someone's attitude is essential to understanding their message. It's not always obviously displayed, and it can often be strategic. In this video, we're going to discuss strategies for analyzing tone. It's a skill that will make your everyday life easier, and one of those days will involve you taking the STAAR test. STAAR loves questions involving tone. How do people interpret tone? In a face-to-face situation, what do you do?
Hold on. Hey, Ross, what's up, bro?
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, I think Ross knows about me and Monica. Dude, it's right there. I thought you were my best friend. This is my sister. My best friend and my sister. I cannot believe this.
Look, we're not just messing around. I love her. Okay? I'm in love with her.
I'm so sorry that you had to find out this way. Sorry, but it's true. I love him too.
My best friend and my sister. I cannot believe this. Oh, you guys want to probably get some hugs in too, huh? Big news.
No, that's okay. We've actually known for a while.
What? You guys knew? You all knew and you didn't tell me?
Well, Ross, we were worried about you, okay? We didn't know how you were going to react.
You were worried about me? You didn't know how I was going to react? Okay. All right.
Notice that lines were repeated word for word, but the delivery was very different. Ross's tone shifted, and we could tell based on his facial expressions and the inflection of his voice, the way his volume changed, and how he emphasized certain words. All of this may feel natural, but you really did interpret his tone. He never said, "I'm angry," or "I'm touched." Without seeing a person's facial expression or hearing their voice, interpreting tone can be more of a challenge. That being said, you still do it on a day-to-day basis. When you get a text from someone, you make inferences about their attitude. For example, if you texted a friend, "See you tomorrow," which response would you rather receive? They all have the same meaning on a literal level. The denotation of okay generally just means an acknowledgement. However, think about how you're emotionally responding to each of the three options. What influences that? You're looking at spelling and punctuation. The way someone types okay in a digital conversation has unique meanings attached to it. You might feel awkward or anxious at option 3. Just the letter K? You can't even be bothered to type out the whole word? And a period? Yikes. When you're reading a lengthier piece of writing, you make inferences about tone based primarily on the author's word choice, the emotional associations that certain words carry. Let's look at some example questions from STAAR about tone. This question about the article "Living Alone is the New Norm" asks about the author's attitude toward a specific topic. It also directs you where to look in the passage. Which word best describes the author's attitude in paragraph 4 toward the researchers who express alarm at the growing popularity of solo living? So in the passage, the author talks about researchers or scientists who feel concerned about people wanting to live alone. We need to figure out how he feels about those concerns: aggressive, understanding, critical, or enthusiastic. We direct our attention to paragraph 4 for our analysis. If you take a look at the author's word choice, it helps us understand how he feels about the researchers' concerns. He says that these experts have conflated ideas, which also means to combine or confuse. Use the dictionary if you don't know. He also calls their evidence widely disputed, meaning many disagree. He also calls the findings they refer to as unreliable, and that their second piece of evidence is just an interpretation as opposed to fact. Based on the author's word choice, he is presenting a reasonable critique against the people who disagree with his point. So the answer is C, critical. Let's try another question. STAAR asks about tone in fiction too. This question about miracle polish asks about the speaker's changing attitude throughout the piece. What phrase best describes the shift in tone from the beginning to the end of the excerpt? We're going to take a look at the first and last paragraphs to examine word choice. Paragraph 1 of Miracle Polish says that the narrator is exasperated. He says that the name of the product is fraudulent, meaning fake. Again, use the dictionary if you don't know. At the end of the story, paragraph 5, the narrator looks at himself in the mirror and compares his reflection to how a lawn looks after the sun bursts through a cloudy sky. What mood does that evoke? Sunshine, something to think about. He also says he now has something to look forward to, things to expect. Based on the shift in word choice from fraudulence to looking forward, it's clear that the best answer choice for tone shift is B, from distrustful to optimistic. When you're reading on your own, practice this strategy of examining the author's word choice to determine tone.